Friday just gone, I did a track day out at Eagles Canyon Raceway with Sport Rider Coaching. So it's my first track day of the year, blowing the cobwebs off a little bit. Made some considerable improvements under the coaching of Jim Duggar, and still a lot more to go. And I can show you some of that in the telemetry capture that I managed to get. So I got my data logger working with telemetry capture as well as video. So I got some really cool footage to show you and some areas that I definitely need to improve on. I'll run through that now in the video. We're just about to start a new lap, and I'd like to point out that the RPM range isn't calibrated properly, so it's definitely going higher than my actual RPM on the bike. However, the brake position and throttle position that you're seeing are correct. So things that I definitely need to work on are maxing out my throttle, braking harder later, and not changing gear as much. You'll see this in the footage that you're about to see. a lot more footage from a lot more sessions to go through. These were the cleanest laps that I could get so far, which had good data with them. So once again, I'd just like to give a shout out to Jim Duggar at Sport Rider Coaching for hosting these days. I'm seeing a vast improvement in my riding already. Some of the things that Jim would like me to work on going forward are going to be the trail braking to the second brake markers and the hairpins. You can see that I'm practicing some of that in this footage, although it was later in the day that I really started to hone that technique in a little bit more. I also need to get on the throttle and get to full throttle rather than max out my throttle rather than I think I'm hitting like 70, 80, 90% in some cases. I also just need to be harder on the brakes as well and trail brake later into the corners. So there's some of the techniques that I'm going to be working on at my next track day. Some of the techniques that Jim had me work on for the rest of the day were just not gearing as much. So I was changing gears a lot during this video, and what he had me do was stay in gear and just try and max out the RPM range as much as possible down the straights. So that was a technique that I kind of honed a little bit later in the day. But yeah, a great day, and yeah, some great footage. So all in all, fantastic. Okay, see you next time. Bye.